Well, hello everyone. Here right here, I'm talking about donations right here, and a lot of times it sure seems that way. That when we do talk about the contributions, or if it's charity donations or any donations like that, but really that what do we call it is this to where that do most of us think is to where that yeah that whenever you do give a lot of times they always want to know too is to where that whenever you do make a donation to a charity or maybe if it's a trust fund of any kind, do you necessarily, do you usually see something like, what you get as a return? And, do most of us maybe think of it as to where that yeah, you would maybe like to see, something as a return value, right? Like, $1 is that not too much to ask for as long as it is explained properly and understanding the need right here. So every time you think about any source of donation, right, and you'll choose to where yeah, Mike, a lot of times, if you're going to be going around the stores shopping and maybe saying hi to anybody there at the store or anywhere you're going, and maybe if it's a buy of a box of Girl Scout cookies or something like that, that they're going to maybe ask you if you would like to make a donation, and a lot of times it's like yeah, do most charities have that where that they're going to explain what the needs are and all that, and then also about talk about for a return for give thanks right here. So it's almost like that the yeah that if that goes by maybe a certain time period to if you do as a member, if you do donate maybe a dollar or two or maybe $3 to the charities or organization or something like that, then yeah, that you would get something for a return, and also thanks for showing your support, stuff like that, and that's why it seems that way to where that in case if anybody's want to know too that there should be a story along with that, and so for the Children's Hunger Foundation or organization or something like that. And so right here, you have right here are talking about this right here would be like an example right here of an image right here to where they, yeah, just ask. And just ask is something that and I want to talk about right here because for sure that as long as you are that somebody's going to want to go ahead and make a donation, right? They're going to go ahead and make a donation, and then knowing about for anything that they would like to talk about, but still that but I'm also talking about is that, yeah, just ask. What source of look do you think that most kids have whenever it comes to that they give you maybe a catalog or something like that, catalog or a flyer or something like that, just to show that that hi that we are trying to show support here for the for the Children's Hunger or something like that, or maybe for the hospitals, or maybe for local charities or something like that, and that is why it seems that way to where that yeah that just ask, and a lot of times that yeah, any kids of age or younger are going to maybe say is toward it most of the time that yeah that somebody is willing to give just because that they're around the neighborhood, maybe talking and maybe asking everybody that yeah, did you find everything okay and anything that you're shopping for and all, but still that but one thing that I see most of the time is after you get done with your shopping, that there's going to maybe a note, on the receipt or somewhere like that, where they're going to say is this toward $1 is not too much to ask for as long as it's explained properly, and so that's why it seems that way to where that every time you do think about that, you see maybe $1, to be donated, and if you like maybe if it's 80 cents or something like that, but still that why do you think anybody would take the opportunity to where that after you get done shopping, and most of the time that I would say that that yeah that whenever it comes to after you do your shopping, then you go ahead and say that, okay, yeah, to the charities, to the Children's Hospital or somewhere like that, the organization like that, but still, that each time you do think about that, and 102 is toward it, yeah, okay, most charities, may not give you anything of a return, or some of them that do, and then they say that, well, thanks for giving, thanks for showing your support, or something like that. And that is why it seems that way toward it. If it's more pleasant to give than it is to receive, but everybody might even want to know too, is to where that, yeah, that why do you think that most people should consider giving rather than wait for a return? And like everybody want to know too that what do you get for a return? And most of the time, what you do get, by the way, is that yeah, that you would get maybe a catalog or maybe a gift of some kind, and like everybody say, the local kids at charities, that you will get maybe a T-shirt, or maybe yeah, something like maybe a bracelet or something like that. But still, here we're talking about maybe if it's maybe every 90 days or something like that. That if you do donate enough, donate every now and then, you donate $1 or $2 here and there. But still, that it seems like to where that yeah, just ask right here. And if it's just ask right here, if that's really everybody might even say that most of the time, maybe nearly 45% of the time, is that if you are willing to ask nicely and maybe talk a little bit about what you're doing, and maybe you're here in the neighborhood for the holidays or something like that, and then yeah, the Salvation Army or the children's the scouting troops or something like yeah, something like that. And that is why it seems that way, to where that every time you do think about that, and people want to know too, is to where yeah, just ask, and chances are that somebody is willing to donate a little bit here and there, but somebody would maybe want to know too that what are you going to get as a return. And a lot of times it's like, well, really, that and I mean, I'm not really certain, but they'll probably tell you that that yeah, that what you would probably get as for a return, though, and they'll probably say is to where that yeah, that if you do make a donation from like there's lots of ways, but after you do donate, that they have it to where that you have it to where that you can provide an email address. You have the email address, and then also that whenever it comes to yeah, you got the email address right here, maybe the zip code or something like that, and so that's why it seems that way, toward that you're thinking is toward okay, yeah, that whenever you do make a donation, what and if that return may, whenever it comes to understanding about making donations, is that to where if it's just ask for just $1 after you make that donation, what do you get for a return? And most of the time that they say is like, yeah, well, after you get done shopping, then for sure go ahead and make a donation for it, for pleasure, thanks for your support, stuff like that. But the way I think about it too is that everybody may want to know too is that that yeah, whenever it does come to knowing about, whenever you just ask that what are the chances that somebody's going to go ahead and make a donation, and if they do, then they say is that yeah, well, as long as you're nice enough about it, just to talk about it, a little bit, or yeah, I've been there, I've been in that situation, and for sure I'll go and show some support. But anyway, up to talk about with donations.